clouds hovering over the sea were backlit by Helios. As we moved across the wide expanse, the crests of wavelets were kissed by the sunlight, a shimmering serpentine wavefront. Now the solar orb is ascending off the horizon, intensified. Narrow paths of sun dancers extend from ship to shore. How great this day as we sail to port awakened, alive in the ageless eternal soul.
I got one. Okay, we can get started now. Good morning, Florence. Hi, Greg.
Three more minutes for the next vernacular. Kindly wait for me down there. Thank you. Eccoci qua, piano piano. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome on the island of Capri.
All right.
Welcome on the little paradise of the Bay of Naples.
I have the money to provide the 25 cents.
I don't think so. Is the most exclusive hotel. The hotel where normally a VI person, movie stars, are spending vacations during the summertime. Okay, so don't forget after you walk into it.
Vincenzo told us that the Emperor Augustus had spent the last 11 years of his life on the island of Capri, which was originally discovered by the Greeks.
Is the Hotel Villa Krupp, the German family, the munitions, the richest European family until 1942-1943.
But I put these melt in your mouth.
Want to get some?
Nah, must have lemon inside.
We'll get one.
Christmas and mozzarella.
Very good. So we're leaving now Sorrento. Meantime, we will have a short orientation drive of Sorrento. Then afterwards, we'll be continuing our tour, driving along the Sorrento Peninsula. You see, the best part of Sorrento is the coastline. The road which from Sorrento goes to Pompei. It will be leading us down to Pompei. Pompei is far from here, about half an hour, 45 minutes.
In the afternoon we rode to Pompei, where we walked around the excavated ruins of an ancient city. Want to stop and rest? We were shown the petrified remains of ancient citizens who were caught in the wake of the volcanic ash of Mount Vesuvius. A woman made of stone was in a sitting position with her hands clutching her nose.
More sophisticated, but the idea is still the same. Drops of waters formed by the condensation of marble from the tap used for hot water bath, and now you should be so kind to follow me on the other side. The marble system, which can be seen down here, was used in order to collect, in order to catch the water. Rain is the region 1, still in a good state of preservation. And also there's a more increase. This is one of the main details. It's always the detail which makes the difference. More details you find, more expensive was the decoration. Slightly different. If you put any 1 more minute of your attention. Means beware of the dog. Attenti al cane in Italian language. This is the famous mosaic, the one which goes back to 2,000 years ago, almost 2,000 years ago. Cave canem means beware of the dog. If you wish to take a look.
We're loaded up onto the bus and headed for Florence, Italy. More than any other place, Florence, which means the flowering, is the jewel of the Renaissance.
While we are going through the town, please try to stay together in the group, and if you have problems of any kind, let me know.
When you walk through Florence and witness the great architectural monuments, you realize that Florence's cup truly runs over. You can't help but feel that there was some kind of marvelous explosion in the genius factory. Guido told me that you need about a month's time to truly experience this city's artworks. Florence had been practicing a form of democracy, but the Medici became so wealthy and influential that they staged a coup and turned the political climate into a monarchy. The Medici moved from their urban house into the palace. Guido mentioned that they had many enemies and were afraid to walk down certain streets. Not far from Uffizi is the Ponte Vecchio, which translates as Old Bridge. The interesting thing about this bridge is that there are houses built across it. This bridge was built in the 14th century and spans the Arno River. I bought a fine leather belt from a merchant at the bridge for only $5. A bargain. Though you are far away, I'll let my love surround you there. I've been to 3 different countries now, and I've seen some of the finest souvenir stands in Europe. They're far superior to the souvenir stands in America. The merchants are multilingual and usually accept any kind of legal tender that you throw at them. They're able to translate dollars into any denomination in the blink of an eye, without the aid of a lingo 14. Talent like this shouldn't go to waste. These merchants would make excellent international conversationalists.
These horses.
There's Joe's. And you too. I came all the way to Europe to see this graffiti. Upon the gentle ocean's cradle, I escape on changing tides. Between a breath drawn then expelled, between the sky and briny wide, an instant stilled infinity, a heartbeat one with sea. How vast the landscapes of love adrift, how deep waits an eternity, floating on reflecting waves, catching suns of galaxies. Shall I set foot upon dry land, betraying Neptune's sanity? like politics, is like the common cold. You catch it, your feet get cold, your head gets clogged, you feel weak, you have to lie down, and there's no cure. Although it is less than a square mile in size, Monaco is a sovereign state. But it is that same smallness that lends much charm to the sun-washed principality.
Plenty of choice. This is what I call the very chic, but very shock street of Monte Carlo. Chic and shock. Very good. Look at that, the best of course, the best in fashion, just next to the casino square. Voila, on the right or on the left, plenty of choice. Yes, you have seen this beautiful Hotel Mirabeau, Hotel de Paris, and other just famous. Anyway, this principality, again, I'm sure everybody remembers this beautiful lady. She arrived here the very first time. It was in 1954. You know who we are talking about now, Grace Kelly, Grace Kelly. When she arrived here the very first time was Cary Grant, Alfred Hitchcock, the famous movie. Alfred Hitchcock chose this area to make the famous film To Catch a Thief. And it's incredible, like a fairy tale. You know what happens? This Prince Rainier Grimaldi, the third, he saw this beautiful girl and he said, I'm in love with this woman. So he decided to invite the Alfred Hitchcock, the film star, and this how it all began. Incredible, because this beautiful story, unfortunately, I'm sure you heard, ladies and gentlemen, this woman, she died in a terrible accident, although it's still a mystery. Mystery because Stephanie was driving, that's her daughter. She's now 35 years old. But the problem was when the accident happened, 1982, she was 17. You know, 17, it's not possible here to drive a car. And that's why somebody said that saw this girl driving from the mountains. If you look, if you like to, please have a look at the view now from this side, Monte Carlo. Now you know the difference, huh? Monte Carlo below, we are going now up to the medieval part, Monaco. Look at the mountains surrounding this principality. So you believe me, it's above these mountains that Prince Rainier owns the summer villa right behind these mountains. And you know, Grace Kelly, she was coming down, very dangerous roads here, very spaghetti roads, very narrow. Anyway, somebody said that was Stephanie Drive. I don't know. Sincerely, it's a question that people have, even my colleagues and I, we have difficult to answer. Somebody said it wasn't Stephanie driving. Huh? It seems that Grace...
When we arrived at the top of the hill where the palace is located, we walked on foot through the upper roads of the palatial estate. The first sight I encountered was the small yellow submarine parked out front of the Oceanographic Museum. The submarine belonged to Jacques Cousteau, who was the director of the museum.
That's Stephanie. That's right. You see the police always walk up and down, you know.
That was a nice walk.
Yeah, it was.
This sack belong to you boys? Hey boys, is this yours? Okay.
on the train to Florence, and everything was closed when we got there.
Okay.
Well, everything was closed.
Florence was beautiful, but we went through it so fast. You know,
You'd have to come back to really
the
see
guide,
anything.
the guide said, you know, that it takes a month. You know, if you really
Who's got a month?
exactly. So, and then by the time, okay, by the time noon arrived, I had a terrible headache.
Get back earlier.
I hope so. I'm going to make an effort.
You got another thing today? Yeah. It's only like 3 hours.
We may or may not. We don't know yet, but
Walk around.
we're scheduled for the medieval village. And
You got a lot of stamina there, darling.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't miss it. No.
It's really a scenic tour, right? It's really, it gives you a good idea of what is the French Riviera, this part of the coast, with these mountains and plunging into the sea. And of course, all the coast was really discovered by the European secrecy in 19th century, by of course the English colony first and the Russian colony. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I show you just on your left. Who came here in Aes at the end of 13th century. 13th century, the first lords of Aes, or the village of Aes. And just over there, on the side, there is a fountain, Italian fountain, for the water supplies. To bring water. It's a very, very new.
Don't worry, you will.
Waterfall, boundless when she cries, empty as the sky begins to rain. You made it, Mom.
With the roofs, with the Roman tiles. And you see the greenhouses. On the slopes.
Although it is one of Spain's most lively and dynamic cities, Barcelona is really not Spanish at all. As the capital and cultural hub of the autonomous region of Catalonia, the city has a long and glorious history all its own. Catalonia was a leading trading power in the Mediterranean during the 14th-15th centuries, with enterprising merchants and bankers and no feudal remnants whatsoever. Today, Barcelona is a bustling and cosmopolitan place, a center of experimentation in politics and art.
So, Paseo de Gracia is 1 kilometer long. It starts in Catalonia Square and it finishes at the Diagonal Avenue. That's the one it's crossing at the end of this avenue. Remember, the most elegant, the most luxury avenue in Barcelona. Here we have the most important banks, like for example those ones on the right side, Bank of Sabadell, Banco Central Hispanoamericano on the right side. Also here we have the most luxury restaurants specialized in Spanish and Catalan cooking, gastronomy. Also here we have the most important cinemas, theaters, cafeterias, etc. And also here we have the most important air companies and the most important travel agencies. Also I would like you to... Well, and now, ladies and gentlemen, in a few seconds, if you look on the right side, you are going to see one of the most important constructions that was designed by Antonio Gaudí. I'm talking about La Pedrera. La Pedrera is a Catalan name that means the stone house. So now we're going... Look at the balconies. Look at all those words made on irons, and look at all the decorations from the balconies. Remember, modernist style, Art Nouveau style.
The most majestic point of interest is the church of Sagrada Familia. There are several spires that rise into the sky, and the church was started in the 19th century. It's expected that the church will be completed in the year 2050. The spires of this structure resemble a melted candle, or perhaps a type of plant that's found in nature. The architect died before realizing his vision. Gaudi believed in natural and organic lines, with no trace of anything angular or mechanical.
Take my hand, follow me into the light. I am lonely, and I will comfort you tonight. Feeling like a child of wonder, over and then under, waves of joy will come. When you wake, let me chase away your fears. I'm on your side, and I will care for your heart always. Feeling like a child of wonder, over and then under, waves of joy will come. Feeling like a child of wonder, over and then under, waves of joy will come. I'm friends with the Holy Ghost. He's there when I need him most. He's there where I need to be. He shows me what I need to see. Shot down on the second turn. I'm next, now it is my turn. The magic I'm holding in my hand will show this world how to understand.
My friend, Sneezin' Jeff, told me that I should keep a journal of my travel experiences so that one day I might read it and envy the person who took such a trip. Huh? I think they're trying to figure out the weight of things, you know, to make sure the structures will stay. Oh, look.
I'm just a bundle of dreams, hoping for things that aren't real. Someday I'm sure they will find I've gone to my dreams in my sleep. I'll fly far past the moon, singing some sweet silver tune to an angel in waiting who'll take me to a land where my dreams will come true. Take these worries from my mind, I want to leave these cares behind and live the dreams I've locked inside my soul. It's not too much, I think, to ask if I can live these dreams at last. They haunt me with each breath I take, you know, that I'm just a bundle of dreams, hoping for things that aren't real. Someday I'm sure they will find I've gone to my dreams in my sleep. Someday I'm sure they will find I've gone to my dreams in my